In this part of the lecture, I would like to talk to you about a couple of topics. First one is string concatenation. It's a big word, we'll go into it in a minute. I would also like to talk to you a little bit about the two print functions, print and println. They're both functions. String concatenation is essentially joining two strings back to back, meaning sort of combining the two. So if you have two strings, so if you have S1 and S2 and they're both been defined as such, you can actually add those two strings. So if you add S1 and S2 and store the result in S3, the result of S3 is gonna be that. So if we really quickly draw the memory diagram, S1 is going to contain 403. So it actually has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 6 characters. S2 is going to have 2, 2, 0. This is 0, 1, and 2. And S3 is going to be concatenating these two. So it's going to be joining these. It's the first string is going to be S1. So S1 is going to go first, 403. And then the second string is going to get concatenated to the end of S1. It's going to be 220. And of course, all these are going to be inside a cell. And that's going to be S3 in memory. Furthermore, what you could do is you could actually add a string like that to the end of S3. So furthermore, S3 is going to be even larger, and the rest of these zeros are going to be added to the end of S3 like that. So that got a little bit messy. So when we print S3 then, the whole phone number is going to be printed because S3 now holds the entire phone number as a string. So if I want to print out, let's say, this symbol, I would say print ln S3 dot char at, this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, and that's index 4. So if I say 4, this will print the closing bracket. All right, so that's all a string concatenation is. It's basically you take one string, you take the other one, and stick it to the very end of it. And I also wanted to talk to you about the print and println statements. So first of all, if you had a string, just like any variable, right? If you have a string, so let's say name, and let's initialize this with the name Sam. I could print out what's inside of here. I could print out so if I said print what's inside of name, if I say run, Sam is going to be printed out because Sam is inside of println. Also, print or println. So I've already explained the difference between println and print and print. Println, just when it print something, then it goes straight to the next line if you want to print something else. So give it a, I'm sure you guys have tried that already as well. I could also print something to the screen. So if I wanted to print a message to the screen, so I could say, for example, hello world, like any message. I could put it inside of the two quotations, meaning that the string is to be printed out to the screen. So when I print this now to the screen, hello world is printed. So whatever I put inside these two brackets, hello world is printed. Another thing that I could do, so for example, let's say if I have int x equals 10, and I'm just going to take my string out now. Let's say if I have int x equals 10, and I have int y equals 20. If I want to print out the content of x and y, I could do it this way. I could say x is like that, put a comma, write x. I could print this, and you can see x is 10. So I could do the same thing for y. I could say y is and you get that going on. You get that printing. Instead of the comma here, when you're doing a string, you could, instead of a comma, put a plus. And this is a feature of processing. So what it does, it actually concatenates. It takes the integer and concatenates it with a string. So this is something that processing does. Not a lot of other languages do. So I just wanted to kind of mention that it's not a big deal. So instead of a comma, you could actually add a plus here. And these are things that you should really experiment on your own and just sort of see what you could do with these. And you know, look up Println and print in the references and see all the variations you could have. So you could have many different variations. But later on, we're going to do another function called text that's going to actually write text to the screen, to the window. As I said, this console down here, and we've been using it now to print out the content of variables and things of that nature. But the main output of processing is within that window, as we're going to see pretty quickly here. To finish up, I'm just going to do a quick concatenation example. So let's say if you have string s, let's say I'll say f name as in first name, and let's put Sam. And I could have string L name, Smith. And if I wanted to print this whole thing as one, let's say I could have another string. I could have string, let's say full name, and I would say Sam plus maybe a space plus Smith. Let's see if this works. Print ln, and I'm going to print full name. Let's see if it works or if we get a bug. And it did work. Oh, I said same instead of Sam, so let's try that again. So I could do it this way, or obviously instead of Sam, I could actually say, okay, so like f name plus the space there plus what's inside of my variable, which is L name. Let's run this. and we get the same response, Sam Smith, at the bottom. And of course there's a space. If we got rid of this space, if I didn't put a space at all, then obviously if we run this, then you're going to have Sam Smith concatenated without any spaces whatsoever. So go ahead and play with this. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about strings. Println and print should be pretty clear for you as well. Thank you very much. Good work.